Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to OSR Network. It is time for the Miller Family Trucking Super Late Models here from Luca Oil Speedway. Alex Robinson, Joe White, also with me tonight, and qualifying already done here. Heat race action about to be on tap, and talk about a front row here a little better than what he did in the Pro Late Models. Evan C. set quick time here tonight. He starts on the pole of heat race number 1 to the outside. It'll be the 80 machine for D1RT. It is Dylan Wilson. Brent Evans starts on the inside here of row number 2 to the outside. Just finished on the podium of the Pro Late Models. That is Trey Mills. Scott Smith going to start on the inside of row number 3 to the outside. It is Josh Fuller. Thaddeus Marshall in the 187. He starts on the inside of row number 4, Bowden Brandt. And then Logan Brass. That is going to be your 9 cars. 10 laps of distance. 3 make it on here tonight for heat race action. We will have 4 heat races. Now, 2 to 3 LCQs on top of that before it is time to go feature racing. It'll be 50 laps here tonight at Luca Oil Speedway. And Joe, we're getting hot and heavy. Pace truck is already headed off. Green flag's about to wave here in heat race number 1. Evan C. Dylan Wilson. And green flag is out. Heat race number 1 is underway.
Yeah, and you see old Evan C. gets that jump out, but he has a bad night in the Pro Late Models, but he's trying to make up for it here in these actual Super Late Models as he's out front. Dylan Wilson there in second. You got Trey Mills and Brent Evans, though. They're going to battle it. I think we're going to see more of the low line come in with these high-powered Super Late Models tonight.
And up front, it is going to be Dylan Wilson and Evan C. Trey Mills trying to hold off. There comes Mills now to the inside, but doesn't matter. Caution flag is out.
Yeah, that's Scott Smith. It looks like Bowden Brandt back there flipping all over the place. We'll see what happened to him. It was Scott Smith. Happened in front of him, or it happened right there in front of him. At the 101, got a little tag. Oh, no, Smith got popped in the back. Next thing you know, man, you see Broden and Smith both upside down, dead on the track.
So what an interesting start to heat race number 1.
You know what I noticed, too? It does not take much of a tap in these guys around. That just shows you, I mean, pretty much how out of control dirt racers are. You know that, Al.
Oh, crap, we're green flag already here. We're back out of here. Man, I thought we were going to go, review that caution, but apparently not. We're going to go right back to heat race action. Green flag is back out. Evan C. back in front here. Wilson and Mills, your top 3. Evans, Fuller, keep an eye on those 2 here. They're going to try and close in on that 14 machine of Trey Mills.
Yeah, Mills is actually right there in the 3rd place, but Evans outside looking in. He wants that spot away from him. Just can't get it. Right now, we're already seeing that the high lane's dominant. We'll see if the low line comes in. Trey Mills, though, he says, I want another little piece. I want that 2nd place spot away from Wilson. He's closing in on the back bumper. Him just can't quite, man, stick that nose down there and make the slide job.
Battles are out here, and right now it is Trey Mills trying to hold on to some positions here. He's also trying to get by Dylan Wilson, but right now Brent Evans closing in on Trey Mills. Trey Mills in that 14 machine on the top side as everyone trying to find a place to attack here, and we are again. It is 4 laps to run here at heat race number 1.
Remember Trey Mills, when we talked to him in the last race of the Pro Late Model, he said that low line just not there. He said maybe the Supers will be able to drive it in, but he tries right there, and it didn't stick. That might cost him the 3rd place spot as Brent Evans is going to try to dive on the inside. Maybe a saving grace he was able to get back in the line. Trey Mills was, because that move right there could have cost him. He's going to try it again with 3 to go.
Battles are still going on here, and right now it is that battle for the 3rd spot. Brent Evans, Trey Mills. We saw this battle take place a little bit during that Pro Late Model feature. Now it's happening here in heat race number 1. Evans, see, he is gone. He is about a second out in front of this one. Trey Mills, though, he is the one to keep an eye on as Brent Evans closing in, trying to get to the inside here. It's going to be in 3 and 4 here with the white flag in the air there. Checkered flag is going to wave for the 33 machine of Evans C. Dylan Wilson in second. Trey Mills will hold on to that 3rd and final spot. That is your top 3 going on to the feature. Evans will start on the front row at least for one of the LCQs later tonight.
That was an awesome heat race. That pulls us over to the heat race number 2, and got a heck of a lineup on this one as we got Logan Rumsey out front, Dylan Yeager going to start in second, Cody Naveen right there in third, Kim Jones up in the fourth, Ryan Avila, is that right?
Yes.
All right. In fifth place, Jared Jones up in sixth, Jason Salter there in seventh, Brandon Freeberg starting in eighth, and Tyson Uliki there in the ninth place spot. So got some good ones here in this one too. As I think we had this conversation. It's Cody Nevin, right?
Nevin, yes.
You asleep over there, man?
Trying to share the broadcast.
Share it out, folks. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And let us know if you got a driver out there. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet on us. I know, Alice out here likes seeing the comments. I mean, let us know who you're pulling for, where you're from, where you listen to. I'm from NC. I know, man, Alice, she's up in the PA crowd up there. So, yeah.
Sorry, I type a lot. So, heat race number 1. Green flag is out. Logan Rumsey. Yeah, I get paid to do that.
Man, I tell you what, Rumsey out front. You got two of the best in the iRacing business right there with Rumsey, Yeager, two of the pro drivers, and then Nevin right there holding on. And it wasn't in third place. Now Kim Jones says, I want that spot, and he takes it from him.
Kim Jones in that third spot right now for the time being here. That 102, a fresh wrap for Cody Nevin. Slide job for Cody Nevin here. Nevin and Jones side by side. That's your battle for the third spot.
Yeah, you're right. That battle's on for the final transfer spot. Kim Jones wants it. Nevin's got it. They're on 2x2. You got one of them down low, one up on the high side. Now they go single file. Meanwhile, up front, Rumsey, Yeager, here they're trying to battle. You've got the 48 machine right there on the bottom. So, again, was Trey Mills right? Will the low line come in? Can you play it down there tonight? Looks like you're able to drive off the turns a lot more. You got a lot more power with these super late models.
Cody Nevin out in that spot. I see BJ Duvall goes, he likes potatoes. I don't need to say anything about that, but Kim Jones.
Yeesh.
Oh, yikes there. Kim Jones losing a lot of spots there. Cody Nevin still in that third spot. And Richard Murtaugh, I swear he's been in Daytona for a few weeks.
I like donuts. I got donuts on his track, and if you don't watch it, that 48 down on the bottom down there, he's going to hit one of them stale ones. That's just Dylan Yeager holding on strong. Down on the bottom, you got Rumsey up top, though. Nobody has a different advantage right now for this battle for the lead. And you've got the third place man back there, Cody Nevin. He's just back there kind of stalking these guys, seeing what they're going to do. But I've not seen an advantage. The low line, high line, one gets one coming off the lane, the other one gets one coming in. It's still a side-by-side race for the lead.
And Rumsey up top, Yeager on the bottom side by side. These two will go into turn number 3 and 4. It is still anybody's race here. We're going to go 3 laps to run here. Actually, 2 laps to run, sorry. Rumsey and Yeager going at it side by side. Rumsey gets the run out of the corner there in 1 and 2, now into 3 and 4. Still side by side. Anybody's race here. White flag going to be in the air here for Logan Rumsey. He holds onto the race lead here into turn 1 and 2. The 41 up top, the 48 on the bottom here. 2 pros going at it here. Logan Rumsey with a great run off the top side there. In it to 3 and 4. Out of the corner they will come. Logan Rumsey going to win heat race number 2. Dylan Yeager comes home in a close second. Cody Nevin in third. And another great heat race action there. Logan Rumsey, Dylan Yeager comes down to the final lap. Logan Rumsey takes out heat race number 2.
Yeah, wow. Outstanding run there. 2 of the best, showing you how it's done on the track. But pulls us a heat race 3. And this man here, he dominated the pro late models. Chase Barbera starts out front. Ryan Flatten's going to start there in second. Bob Klein in third. Jason Moore starts in fourth. Robbie Buchanan Jr. started in fifth. Matthew Logan there in sixth. Richard Murtaugh Jr. up in the seventh. Jaden Sheehan there in eighth. And Matthew Selby's going to be in the ninth place spot. So got some good heavy hitters, and 2 guys that I see right off there, Buchanan and Murtaugh Jr. are going to have their work cut out for them because, remember, only 3 go to the feature. They're starting way back there, 5th and 7th place spot.
And one person to keep an eye on, like you said, Robbie Buchanan Jr. starts in the 5th place spot. He has a little bit more advantage than Richard Murtaugh does. Don't forget Matthew Selby is yet to come up through that field. He starts in that 9th spot, so keep an eye on that 46th machine. He'll have some work to do as well here. Top 3, 10 laps of distance, and it's going to be interesting to see who locks in, who goes home. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be a good one. Green flag is out. Here goes Barbera. Keep an eye on that back there, though, because right now it's Bob Klein. He started in the 3rd spot. He's going to hold the 3rd spot, but here comes Jason Moore. Moore to the top side here. Moore going to try and compete for that 3rd and final transfer spot. Right now it's Bob Klein. Klein on the bottom side here. He's going to compete now with Ryan Flatten. Side by side, those two go for your 2nd spot. Flatten up top, Klein on the bottom. There comes the 88 of Moore, and he's bringing Matthew Logan, Robbie Buchanan Jr., Richard Murtaugh Jr. They're all in tow as well.
They got a fight back there, though. Buchanan's trying to see what he can do in 5th. Logan and Murtaugh back there still kind of stuck. Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd's on. Flatten and Klein. Klein's down low, trying to get that low line going. Boy, they're knocking each other's teeth out back there in about 7th, 8th place spot. But Klein wants the 2nd place as Moore sitting back here outside looking in going, all right, fellas, maybe whenever you make a mistake, slip. Uh-oh. We got a caution. Robbie Buchanan. Go back and see what happened to him. They were back there beating and banging. Buchanan actually was up here. And it was back there. Back there with Murtaugh, the 91 machine, and he put a slide job on, and the 91 got in the back of him. They went 3 wide, beating and banging, and oh! Kidding? Wall just says, yeah. Done.
And again, great words of Brett Wheeler. You can't park there. That's brought to you by Power Plat's presentation. And well, about 7 laps.
Platypus.
No, it's not a platypus.
I know. Brett's out there watching. Joe, man, what's wrong with you? Old Brett, man, I like Brett.
But man, oh man, this is going to heat up the 3rd place battle. Going to be fun to watch here. Think about this one on top of it. Moore, Logan, Selby, Matthew Selby, who started dead last in this one. He is now up to the 6th spot here. He needs 3 more spots if he wants to lock it into tonight's A main event here from the heat race, or he'll have to fight his way through an LCQ later on tonight. For some of the people that don't know what an LCQ is, it is last chance qualifiers. We should have about 2 of those tonight here for this one. So this is heat race number 3 of 4. Then we will have 2 to 3 LCQs and then a 50-lap A main event here where we will crown another winner in this season. But green flag is back out here. Barbera in the front, Ryan Flatten in the 2nd spot. As you see that 23 machine up top, Flatten goes to the bottom. Now Klein, contact between Bob Klein and the 88 there of Jason Moore. Here comes the 46 now of Selby.
Yeah, right now you got Selby. He wants that final transfer spot. He doesn't want to have to run the LCQ as Klein's hanging on the 3rd. While watching the front end car there, Barbera, it says Cocky Floyd. Well, he's got the cocky part right, and he's backing it up. That's one way of knowing, hey, look, if you've got something, because he dominated in the pro late models. He's dominating right now in his heat in the super late models. Out front looking strong, Flatten right behind him. Klein's hanging on that final transfer spot. Selby's falling off the pace a little bit, though.
Selby having some problems there, trying to now catch back up to Bob Klein. Klein goes to the bottom side there, trying to get by Ryan Flatten for the 2nd spot, but Flatten up top looking too strong right now. Here goes Klein to the bottom side here. He's still trying to hold off. There you see Matthew Selby. He's going to have some company here for that 4th spot. That's just going to be a better starting spot in the LCQ later on tonight, but Matthew Selby holds on to the 4th spot here. White flag in the air this time for Chase Barbera. That 23 machine looks to start in a row number 2 with a win here in heat race number 3.
That is. Barbera's coming around. Final times, final 2 turns here. Barbera, Flatten, they're out front. Klein's hanging on the 3rd, and that's how it's going to end. It's going to be Barbera, Flatten, Klein. Your top 3. Selby's going to hang on the 4th. But man, Barbera backing it up again tonight, showing that he is strong here for the House of Speed. I definitely is going to make this man happy here as we go to heat race number 4. Another House of Speed man. Dylan Hauser's going to start out front. James Bradswell there in 2nd. Mike Augustine starting 3rd. Jordan Casey in the 4th. Cody Belize there in 5th. Cardin Cockright, I'll get it out in 2nd and 6th. Jason Corn 7th. Anthony Thompson there in 8th. And Cole Ashcroft Ashcraft there in the 9th place spot. So we went from Barbera winning that last heat, Alex, to as a House of Speed driver dominating, to another one that is very much capable of doing the same thing in Dylan Hauser.
Yeah, and Hauser looking to regroup a little bit, had problems in sorry, can't get words out. This is what happens, Joe. Had some problems in that Pro Late Model feature there. Sadly, internet dropped, and Dylan Hauser with a DNF in the Pro Late Model. So now Hauser looks to regroup here in the Super Late Models, where it matters most for that number 2 machine. Super Late Models, a former pro in the World of Outlaw, Morton. Correction, it's not Morton Building anymore, sorry. It is Case Construction Late Models, but on the iRacing server, it's known as the Butt Kicker. World of Outlaws. Green flag is out here for Dylan Hauser. Hauser going to lead him into turn 1 and 2 already. Here goes Braswell. Here goes Augustine. Augustine on the bottom side. He's going to pop up a wheel stand there. Left front was in tow there, as now that battle for the second spot. It's Braswell. It's Augustine. They're putting in some work, and Jordan Casey not far behind.
Yeah, Jordan Casey's got the preferred line, I believe, on the outside. Augustine's trying to make that low end put line go, but it's just not putting, and it's going to just put her out if he doesn't do something soon, because it's Hauser, Braswell, and then Casey right there lurking on the outside trying to get that last transfer spot for him.
Yeah, battles are on right now, and it is continuing to be a great racing surface here for the Super Late Models. There you see Mike Augustine trying to battle it out right now, side by side. Augustine has Jordan Casey there. 3-car battle for 2 transfer spots. Here comes Coy Valise as well. Valise closing in here on this 3-car battle here. So we might have 4 cars, 2 spots to the feature event, and 4 cars fighting for it.
Well, you saw right there Casey got in the back end of Augustine. I think the only thing that's was holding Casey up from getting that spot away from him was the fact that he kept running up on the back end of Braswell. Now he has to go to the low line as Augustine switches up to the high side. But there for a moment, though, Casey had the preferred line, just could not go anywhere. We'll see if he's able to muster around him on that bottom side. Falls back into 4th place. But right now it's Hauser, Braswell, Augustine, top 3.
And Jordan Casey trying to fight his way into that transfer spot right now, being held by Mike Augustine. Augustine in the 3rd spot there from Danville, Pennsylvania. The 19 machine made the Pro Series as well. He is in that 3rd spot, but Dylan Hauser out in front by almost over a second here for that number 2 machine. James Braswell Jr., we talked about the hard charger that he has been. Now he's looking to punch it in and start further in front, but here comes a slide job for the transfer spot. It is Augustine, it is Casey. Here comes Coy Valise now. It is going to be a 3-car battle here with the white flag coming out next time by.
And I think what's going to happen here is he's going to have to trip if he can't hold that momentum. You see Casey throw the slide job. 3 and 4, final time. Not going to be able to hold on. It's a drag race, and you got Augustine inching him out. Well, never mind, it's white flag. He's got one more time to get it done. Thought that was the final one. Hauser coming into it, though. Battle's on for 3rd.
So Hauser with the win, Braswell into 2nd, but that battle and that move, Augustine going to take home the 3rd and final transfer spot here from heat race action. And what a way to end heat races here. 4 great heat races, and now we go to 2 LCQs here to set up the rest of our A main here tonight. It'll be 6 cars making it from this 12-car LCQ here. First of 2, 12 laps of distance, 6 make it, 6 go home, and here is how they start. Brent Evans and Matthew Selby will be on the front row of LCQ number 1. Josh Fuller, Jason Moore, that is row number 2. Thaddeus Marshall will be on the inside. Richard Murtaugh Jr. looks to regroup after a tough heat race. He will start on the outside of row number 3. Logan Brass and Matthew Logan, that is going to be row number 4. Row number 5, it is going to be Bowden Brandt, Jaden Sheehan, Scott Smith, and Robbie Buchanan Jr. going to have to climb 6 spots here if he wants to make it into tonight's A main, because he is starting in position number 12. So 12 laps, 12 cars, 6 make it to the A main, 6 go home and pack it up till next week when they travel to Abbottstown, Pennsylvania, to the fabulous Lincoln Speedway.
Nice, and you talk about Buchanan. He's got his work cut out for him, like you just said, to get through a field that is very hard to pass. Green flag, Evans out front, Selby's right there with him. They're already 3 wide in the mix, so you don't want to get yourself into trouble. Richard Murtaugh Jr.'s in 4th, battle for the lead. Here comes Selby and Evans.
And talk about this battle right now. Richard Murtaugh Jr., he's trying to get by that 12 machine there. Josh Fuller, he's already moving up here. He's in the 4th spot here. So Richard Murtaugh Jr. up in the 4th spot. Thaddeus Marshall, he's right now in the bubble spot. Here comes the 91 machine. Contact around the 88 machine. And I don't want to make any assumptions there, but I guarantee Race Control is going to put someone to the back after that one. And that's going to cause some chaos here in LCQ number 1. But
watch our replay here on 2.
That was an interesting. I think he just came in a little too hot.
Yeah, we got the 88 right here. We're watching him, Jason Moore, and the 91. Yeah, just a little, like you said, a little hot. Came in, got in the back end, hooked him around. Doesn't take much. That's your NLRA replay there. So, yeah, more to the back there, and it looks like they might. Well, we're not sure what Race Control's going to do. Find out, but
there it is. Matthew Logan sent to the back. I didn't want to make any assumptions, but I had a feeling Race Control was going to do something there. So I see my friends are watching. It's irritating me because my friends are watching on Facebook, or they're posting in on Facebook, but they don't say hi, they don't like, they don't share, and it's getting really upsetting because it's like
you had a fan club, man. You had all these guys coming out. It's good to hear Alex.
It's one of those things. If I especially on Facebook, I'm watching. I can see when you pop into the Facebook Live to watch. The least you could do is say hi. Interact in the chat, share it, like it, do something.
Yeah, we know. Alex, he likes that. Green flag. We're racing.
Green flag back out here. Thaddeus Marshall, he's in that transfer spot now, but now he has a whole new cast of characters there battling for the 6th spot behind him. Logan Brass there, the 159 machine of Bowden Brandt. There's the 31 machine of Robbie Buchanan Jr. So now those 3 cars battling it out. They go into turn 1 and 2 there. Brandt and Brass there. Say that 10 times fast.
You ain't lying.
Bowden Brass. Brandt and Brass. And now Buchanan. So a few B's coming through there. Buchanan, he's going to make one move there. He's in the 7th spot now, 1 spot away for that 31 machine of Robbie Buchanan Jr. Robbie Buchanan Jr. you'll probably see on Thursday night here on OSR Network as well. That 31 machine looking for some contentions here. But right now, Robbie Buchanan Jr., he is going to duck to the inside here. There you see a 2-car battle, make a 3-car battle for 2 transfer spots. It's Brandt, it's Marshall, it's Buchanan. There's Logan Brass. He's behind there. There's Richard Murtaugh Jr. in front. We have ourselves 4 to 5 cars battling it out for these transfer spots.
You got a show right here. Like I said, you blink and you're going to miss it. Marshall, Murtaugh Jr., Brandon, Buchanan. Like you said, they're back and forth. One lap, one's got it. Next lap, another one's got it. But you see there, Thaddeus Marshall is trying to make that low end work. It's still not there. It's a work in progress. We'll see if it picks up as the races go on here tonight. But he is getting bumped from behind by Brandon. Buchanan's right there on the low side. It is go time. It's 4 to go here.
4 to run, and Robbie Buchanan Jr., he is on the outside looking in. He is looking for Brandt. He's looking for Marshall to make a mistake and him to capitalize in that 31 machine. But those two battling side by side here, it looks like you're going to have to at least split the difference here, which right now it looks like Buchanan looking towards that outside there. He looked towards the middle a little bit, but right now Bowden Brandt, Thaddeus Marshall still holding on there. As there we get a little bit of a squeeze there from the 187 of Marshall there. I don't think he knew that Buchanan was there, but now contact. Squeeze is on, car around, and a caution flag is going to wave here. That was Bowden Brandt going around, so tough break for the 159 there, and honestly, I don't get paid enough to decide that one, but I'm probably going to get a text message here, Joe, because it's a green-white checkered, so our Sunday night curse continues of me on a call, me get a green-white checkered. And Joe, we're going to see if that tradition and curse continues on into the real-life race season, because y'all will hear about it really quickly.
Yes. Brent Evans right now, though, he's still going to have control of this one. As when we go back green, he's going to be out front. It's going to be a single-file start. Selby, not too bad. Fuller's the one that's going to be like, got to look at my rearview mirror. Got Murtaugh. And you got Buchanan, Marshall, Moore. You and we sit here, Trav, I think, Wellman, he's talking. Yeah, violently? I know Murtaugh. Rich Murtaugh out there. He says he's in Daytona.
He's
he's got a reason.
He's always in Daytona. I swear that man is having a good old time.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Blame him. Ooh. That's been an exciting race here tonight. Lucas Oil, I take it back to this track is only giving these drivers just a little bit. And the drivers are only taking what they can, which means that low line is yet to come into play. One, they're going to need some, some green flags runs to get that low line to come in. These cautions, going to be tough sledding to try to get it to break in down on the bottom. Watch see as the feature gets here tonight. Green flag. Evans on the throttle.
And back racing, we are here. That battle for that transfer spot with the green-white checkered is going on here. So 13 laps we will have complete here. But that 31 machine of Robbie Buchanan Jr., he's in a transfer spot now. Scott Smith is at one in the 7th spot, and it looks like Scott Smith has some company because here comes Matthew Logan led again. So Logan going to try and make a difference here with a white flag in the air. Logan going to try and squeeze. He does. Jason Moore actually takes over that 6th spot here. So now Jason Moore, he's going to go into tonight's A main event. Brent Evans, he wins LCQ number 1. So it's Evans, it's Selby, it's Murtaugh, it's Fuller, it's Buchanan, it's Moore. That's your 6 going on. The rest pack it up and go home. And we will see them in Pennsylvania next week at the fabulous Lincoln Speedway. But here we go. B main action, LCQ number 2. And starting on the pole, it's Jarrett Jones, it's Jordan Casey, the 45, the 42. And in row number 2, it's going to be Jason Salter on the inside. To the outside, it's Coy Valise. Row number 3, it's going to be Kim Jones on the inside. Cole Ashcroft will be on the outside. Brandon Freeberg in that 171. He starts inside of row number 4. To the outside, it's Jason Core. Ryan Avila, he will start on the outside of row number 5. To the outside, it is Carden Cochran. Tyson Ulecki, he starts on the inside of your 6th and final row, and Anthony Thompson will round out your 12-car field. So again, 12 laps, 12 cars, 6 go on, 6 go home. The name of the game has not changed here. It is LCQ number 2.
Looks like Anthony Thompson, though, decided he's going to take it home tonight, not grid it out here. We got Jarrett Jones out front, Jordan Casey right there. You said top 6. Kim Jones holds it. But you got guys like Jason Korn, Vila back in the back, Ulecki, Freeberg. Yeah, so what's up, Donnie? How you doing? I don't know. From the way this track has been, it's still going to be tough sledding to come through the field if that low-end line does not get going. But green flag, you see Jones gets the jump out front. Who's going to get that 6th place spot in the final transfer?
Here we go. Battles are already on. Cole Ashcraft, he is going to go in that 6th spot right now. Here comes that 171 of Brandon Freeberg. Freeberg on the bottom side, that 29 machine up top there. He's one of the only cars up top. That 46 machine of Kim Jones on the bottom as well. But Ashcraft, he's actually holding on to this transfer spot over Brandon Freeberg, as Freeberg might have some problems on the bottom side because it looks like a little bit of a log jam on the bottom.
It is. That high side has been the king all night long. But look at this. It is a traffic jam on the bottom. So some guys down there says, we're going to work this thing in the best we can. Jason Salter, saw him come through the field last time in the Pro Lates. He's out front here early. But behind him, you got Jones up top. Valise there in 3rd. He's down low, but he's getting tangled up with Ashcroft. Those two guys, man, got into each other.
And now Jones has some more problems here because here comes Brandon Freeberg. Freeberg going to sneak to the inside here, so that's your battle for the 6th and final transfer spot. Freeberg now going to get by Jones as Jones gets over top there. So problems there for the 4-6 machine, and now it's Brandon Freeberg holding on to that transfer spot.
Got a lot more guys going down to the bottom, saying that they can't get that thing broke in before the feature comes in tonight. Salter's still out front. Casey's hanging on the 5th. Freeberg's right there in the 6th place spot. You see they got a freight train happening down there with Ashcraft. That's all down low. Excuse me, that's Valise down low there. Oh, and Valise got into one of the tires. I talk about the donuts. They're stale, they're hard. And he found out the hard way right there as he almost lost that car.
So Freeberg still holding on there. As you see behind, the battles continue, but Brandon Freeberg is now your transfer spot. Corey Valise in that 4th spot. These guys are now starting to pull away here. Jason Salter, he's out in front. Then you have Jarrett Jones, but Jones is the biggest battle on the racetrack right now. Jarrett Jones, Cole Ashcraft, those two are going at it right now. Side by side are those two, but right now that Brandon Freeberg, he is in the 6th and final transfer spot. He is pulling away from the 7th spot there of Kim Jones. Jones going to have to put a lot of speed together very quickly if they want a shot.
Yeah, and the guys outside looking in, like you said, Jones, Cochran, Korn, Avila, all those guys right now are going to go home if they don't do something very desperately. But Jones is losing the back end of Freeberg. He's got some breathing room. You got 3 cars down low. I think the low end might come in. You see Salter's actually going down there, so they're trying to break that low line in. The only guy that's not doing it right now is Ashcraft, and actually we've not seen anybody, Jones, we've not seen anybody, stay down low and stay up high and lose, but he has.
Yeah, battles are out here. A white flag is out. Jason Salter is going to take home your LCQ number 2 win. So it's Salter, Ashcraft, Jones, Valise, Casey, Freeberg going on to tonight's A main. And I got to give a shout out. I know he's watching. Hunter Jordan out from Western Pennsylvania. He is now going to be on Lernerville TV this season. It's the youth movement, as I say in iRacing. The youth movement behind the mic is coming too. Young kid, actually I can call him a kid because I'm older than him, but 18, just turned 18 and already at Lernerville Speedway. He'll be there every week. I'm a few years older. Let me call him a kid. I can enjoy that for once. But he will be at Lernerville. So the youth movement is happening very quickly with him at Lernerville, myself at Bridgeport. Hopefully we get him to the eastern side of the state a little bit, or I have to drive out to the western part. I don't know. Both of us have a high limit show this year. So maybe I'll make a trip to Lernerville, Pennsylvania, or we'll meet somewhere in the middle because, the great state of PA got a lot of racing. But I got to give a shout out to Hunter Jordan because I saw him watching. He doesn't say hi. He doesn't type in the chat apparently, and he doesn't like my videos. So I got to give him some crap for that one. But congrats to him. And if you want to listen to him, he will be on Lernerville TV this year for some great racing. They have a lot of great racing out there, actually. Firecracker. The All-Stars are out there. A high-limit show. I mean, the list goes on for Lernerville. Oh, there it is. Now he wants to comment now that I gave him a shout out.
Yeah. There you are. Thanks for the shout out. Calm down, man. Calm down. Well, now look, he's talking about you being a young man. But I guess I'm the grandpa then, and y'all are really young because, they're like more than a couple, like a few decades. Let's say it that way. Yeah.
Oh, it's always a fun time. But Joe, I'm trying to drag him. We might drag him into the booth for one of those fun Thursday night shows that we have coming up in the near few weeks.
Bro, okay. That's good to me. All right. Well, the one thing we have seen all night long is the low line not being king, although we did see it become useful in that last B main in LCQ. So will it become useful in this 50-lap feature here tonight? Time will tell.
But here we go. A main action. And we're going to do what I do best. Confuse Joe, because we're going to start from the back. So starting in row number 12, it's going to be that 171. That's Brandon Freeberg. And starting to the inside, the 88 of Jason Moore. Row number 11, it's going to be Jordan Casey, Robbie Buchanan. On the inside of that row, to the outside of row number 10, it's going to be Coy Valise and Josh Fuller.
Garrett Jones up there in 18th. Richard Murtaugh Jr. in 17th. Cole Ashcraft up there in 16th. Matthew Selby 15th. And you got Jason Salter up in 14th. Brent Evans in 13th. And on up here to 12th place, Mike Augustine there starts in 12th. Bob Klein 11th. You got Cody Naveen, up in 10th. Trey Mills there in 9th. James Braswell in 8th. Ryan Flatton started 7th. Dylan Yeager in 6th. Dylan Wilson up in 5th. Dylan Hauser, a lot of Dylans, in 4th. Chase Barbera 3rd. Logan Rumsey on the outside of row 1. And Evan C. Boy, he's going to start her on pole. And what a bounce back, because he had a awful start and time in the pro late models. But what a way to bounce back. And yeah, that's kind of unusual, because that is a lot of Evans. Dylans. Dylan. Dylan Hauser did not grid. Wow.
So
what in the world is going on with him tonight?
So you know what the worst part is? Dylan Hauser did not grid. Brandon Freeberg's iRacing crashed. So not a fun night for some of these drivers.
I know Hauser's probably beating his computer to death.
So it has not been a fun night for these drivers, but looks like we're still going to go green flag racing here. So a tough break for these drivers here, but the green flag is out 50 laps of distance. Here we go. Evan C gets the great jump there. Logan Rumsey, Chase Barbera, both got caught sleeping just a bit there from Evan C, but now into turn 3 and 4. They're side by side for that second spot. It's Rumsey, it's Barbera behind there. There's a battle between Dylan Yeager and Dylan Wilson.
Well, this is what C wants to see, a clear track out in front of him. He's out front. Your top 5 are all pro drivers here in the iRacing. Rumsey, Barbera, Wilson, Yeager battling 2 by 2. You got Wilson back in the 4th, Yeager hanging on there in 5th. Braswell outside in the 6th place spot. He's up top, seeing if he can't grab a few more spots. Trey Mills, we talk about the hard charger. A little early yet to be talking about it, but you got to look. You got a lot of guys up 3 spots. Remember last one, Nick Baum, he brought it up 12 spots. So it's you're able to move some positions. We'll see who's able to do it this time around with these high-powered machines.
And you talk about Trey Mills. Right now, Mills going into this hornet nest that we call the top 5, because Trey Mills closing in on guys like Ryan Flatton. Remember, Ryan Flatton pulled the upset there against Lake Majulis a few weeks ago. He is in the top 10, and I swear Ryan Flatton came out of nowhere this season. You know, we didn't hear from him much of the season until that win, and now he's been consistently in the top 10, if not top 5. But now we're going to go 3 wide there with him, Braswell, and Ryan Flatton and Mills.
Yep, right now it's definitely a good battle up front. Evan C, though, out front in this one. Rumsey there in 2nd. There's a huge battle happening back here with Barbera, Yeager, Braswell, Flatton and company. Side by side, you got Trey Mills back there beating and banging with Evans. And Nevin, he's back there too. So say that quick, Nevin. Back and forth with them two going at it at 9th and 10th.
So battles continue on. Brent Evans, there's Jason Salter now coming into the picture here. Brent Evans comes from 13th. Now he is up into the 9th spot here. Trey Mills, he's looking to start moving up through the field a little bit more here. He's in the top 10 though, and again, consistency is always key here. Evans C though, he is out in front. He's running consistent. He's out almost a second over the field here. Then it is Rumsey, it's Dylan Wilson, and there you see Dylan Wilson right now. He's in a battle for his life. It's Wilson, it's Yeager, it's Barbera. Right now, Dylan Yeager has that 3rd spot.
He does. Yeager with the 3rd place spot down low, putting it around this track, but up high there, Dylan Wilson, he says, man, look, ain't nobody flatting, man, this Wilson ball tonight, so I'm looking good, strong forward. Barbera's down there with him, still trying to make him honest here on the track. Braswell's behind him, Flatton is sitting in the 7th place spot, but they're getting kind of spread out here with a good single file, or with a good, green flag run. That's what some of these guys who want to come through the field want to see. Test the waters. Does the inside lane start to come in, or is the outside going to stay dominant?
You see Yeager, Wilson, Barbera, all 3 cars went to the inside there, and they're going to go to the inside here. Just another turn, and it's right now Yeager. Talk about a lot of guys, actually. There's more guys in the top 10 running the bottom than we saw all night in the pro late models. But again, these super late models have a lot more speed, a lot more power, and a lot more fun action. And right now, Dylan Wilson, he's in the 4th spot here, trying to close into Dylan Yeager. Dylan Yeager in that top spot of 3rd in front of those 2. But Evan C, he's pulled away. He's out in front. Logan Rumsey. He's trying to close in there. Evan C's running the bottom. Logan Rumsey up top. Those two are going to be two guys to keep an eye on. But right now, the battle between Yeager, Wilson, Barbera, James Braswell Jr., he's on a little island by himself. Then Ryan Flatten and Trey Mills. That's a side-by-side battle for your 7th spot.
It seems like what it's looking like, as I'm seeing from Evan C right now, who is out front in this one, is yes, the low line might be coming in somewhat, but it's like last week. I think the slider line is what you want if you've got the room to be able to do it. Guys back here, along with Barbera, Braswell, and company, they aren't able to do that slider line. If not, they'll give up too much as they try to run into tire tracks of old Yeager. Yeager's hanging on the 3rd. Wilson's down there in 4th. Barbera in 5th. Braswell's hanging on the 6th. Our hard charger as of right now is going to be Robbie Buchanan back in the 14th place spot. He's up 7, and he's watching that battle in front of him with Augustine, Selby, and Nevin as they go 3 wide.
So Flatten right now. Flatten on the top side here. You said Nevin. Cody Nevin, they're closing in, so we might have a 5-car battle yet again here. But right now, Brent Evans, he is in that 101 on the top side there. He's battling it out with the 10. Jason Salters right there. The 14 of Trey Mills, the 15 of Ryan Flatten. There is battles throughout there in the top 10, top 15, so it is going to be entertaining to watch.
Now, I'm going to tell you what, Cody Nevin right there, he made an awesome surf move. He was on top of the cushion like he was riding waves with that car and held on to it and is still keeping his momentum going. It cost him some time. He's doing it again. That's an unusual line I have not seen anybody do coming off the turn. I'm not knowing if you're catching this, Alex, but he is actually riding the top of the cushion. I mean, just like he's out there surfing.
Oh, 4 wide. So there's action. This is one of those racetracks right now that there is fun. There is action throughout. You never know. Car around. And that is the 102 of Cody Nevin. They're in the infield. We'll bring out the caution flag. We're staying green. The 29 machine on the tires. Nevin trying to pull back on. And there goes the caution flag as Nevin pulls out right in front of your leaders.
Let's see what happened to me, because Nevin earlier was doing some awesome surf riding here on the dirt. Let's see what actually caught him here, though. Out front by himself in that 102, and then just gets punched in the back. And then it's running to the grass in the infield. Not what you wanted to see. Good race, though. Awesome. And Hunter out there says, calm down, old man. They did put the old.
Look, apparently I'm old. That's fine.
Yeah. Man. All right. So, Evan C dominating this thing. Going to be halfway home when they go back green. It'll be 25 down, 25 to go, and it's been all Evan out front. So definitely a night and day difference between what he had in the Pro Late models as to what he had here in the Supers. But the guy tonight who has probably had the worst luck, even worse than Evan C., is Dylan Hauser. Twice. He's had great finishes, been up front, but couldn't finish the race.
Yeah, and this one's going to be fun. This is going to be a heck of a finish. I feel like it's going to be great here. Cody Nevin tough break for Nevin here, but up front, keep an eye. Brent Evans 13-8 right now, so not a big move. Robbie Buchanan, like we were talking about, has the speed. He's putting a good run together. I hope I get to talk to this young man if he gets a hard charger, but boy, we just bunched up big time on the start.
Yeah, we did. Evan C, though, got that jump out front. Rumsey and company right behind him. Yeager, Wilson, Barbera, they're going to go side by side. You see Wilson, he's on the high side. It'll take a few laps for him to get single file, but behind them, they're already 3 and 4 wide.
Battles throughout here. Talk about up front right now. The battle behind Logan Rumsey. You have Evan C. Logan Rumsey and Dylan Yeager. They're battling. Dylan Wilson right there. Car around. That's Chase Barbera.
Oh, man. And then he's going to take a few others with him, but caution out. You're right. Chase Barbera. Let's go back and watch, because he was up front in this mix, mixing up with these guys. And Dylan Wilson's right there on his outside. And let's see if maybe he got tagged, got up into somebody, or they were 3 wide behind him. Barbera goes low. He's up there on the high side. And Looks like the 18 just got up in behind him a little bit. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'll leave it to race control, but I never understood the guy slowing up in front of him. He hit the brakes a little bit. I mean, it could be like a reflex. Easier for us to stay up here in the booth than it is to be in the car. Let that one.
Yeah.
I mean, because up here in the booth, it looks like, oh, you got plenty of time to stop, but hey, things happen so quick inside those machines, and we've talked about it a million times. These things do not stop on a dime on dirt. Asphalt, I mean, still, even with that, they slide on it. But they're going to stop a lot sooner on the asphalt side than they will here on the dirt side. So everything happens quick here.
That is a fact.
Fact is, Evan C. out front dominating this thing too. Trying to look see if he can't bring this thing home here tonight. And you got Logan Rumsey right behind him. He's going to have Yeager, Wilson, Mills. Wonder if that low end is going to get in.
It's
tit for tat.
Yeah.
See what we got.
This is the painful stuff. And I hate to say it, but this is that painful. It draws out, and it's like makes you want to cry a little bit. But we go back to the green flag here. I thought we're about halfway, right? Brett Wheeler's usually my math guy. I'm not a big math guy here. But green flag is out here, so we're going to go back to racing on the Speedway. And here we go. You keep an eye on Dylan Wilson, Dylan Yeager, Logan Rumsey, as right now you see Rumsey and Dylan Yeager back to work. And
by side?
I'm kind of in. Okay, there we go. So my scoring said that it was Cole Ashcraft in the lead, and I was really confused there for a second.
Yeah,
but now it's back to Evan C. Logan Rumsey and Dylan Yeager. That's your battle for the second spot. There's Dylan Wilson. There is Trey Mills now. Trey Mills, talk about the future of Trey Mills. He is in the top 5, and he is looking for more.
Well, we went to an overhead shot back here around 8th place spot. Jason Salter, they are 3-4 wide. They have got a hornet's nest happening. Robbie Buchanan still holds on to that hard charger in 11th place, up 10. That you didn't see. Salter's up 5. You've got Augustine up 5, 6, 11 for Buchanan. They are still back and forth, tearing each other up back here around 10th, 7th, 8th place spot. 2, 3, 4 wide. I mean, who knows? Anybody's ball game at this point. I mean, these guys are racing. And
talk about the guys in that for the hard charger, Robbie Buchanan and Coy Valise. Those are two guys that have been moving through the field right now, but Robbie Buchanan, 21st to 10th, and he is looking for more. He is right there next to Matthew Selby. Matthew Selby, remember, that 46 machine had to put some work in, but in front there you see Salter, you see Augustine. So Robbie Buchanan is closing and inching himself forward into a top 5 possible.
Yeah, he is. Buchanan right now sitting in 10th, but he's up 11 spots. He can get past this little pack right here. He might be having it going. He's having a little bit of problems getting past him as he goes down on the low side. You got Salter right in front of him. Selby's along with him. And meanwhile, it's all Evan C. out front in this one by about 0.2 of a second over Rumsey. Wilson hangs on the 3rd. Biggest battles happening here around 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th place spot.
Battles are going on here again. Salter, that is a good battle, but then up front still you can't go 3 wide. It's Yeager, it's Rumsey, it's Wilson, as that was a great time to look up front. I did, as it's Rumsey, Yeager, Wilson. That 3-car battle still continues out here for your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot there. Ryan Flatten, he's in the 5th spot. He is looking for more here, but this 3-car battle here between Rumsey, Yeager, Wilson, that has been a battle throughout the night, and and now they're closing in on your race leader of Evan C.
They are. See, he's out front. He still likes to see what he's looking in the rearview mirror, because as long as those guys still battle, he's okay. But Rumsey's able to get away from him, trying to close in, but he's got Yeager pushing him around the track, and then those three guys get together, Yeager, Wilson. So the Dillon guys right there beating each other up, flattening his way off the pace behind them by about a second and a half. So they're still going 3 wide, 2 wide up here for the second, third, fourth place spot.
Battles are on. And I can't believe it here. You know, Dylan Yeager, he's looking sharp. He's in the third spot, but the battle of the Dillons continue here between Yeager and Wilson. Wilson now going to try and sneak to the outside. They're not going to get there. And then you have Trey Mills. Mills and Flatten. Those two cars, they're closing in here, but they have company. There's that 19 machine of Mike Augustine. Augustine going to squeeze up on that 15 machine of Flatten. They're side by side there. Also, Jason Salter there. Salter, Selby, Buchanan. Ryan Buchanan, he's in the 10th spot here. He is right there. So is Coy Valise. So right there, those two guys have been moving forward with CFM eSports. Rob Buchanan, 21st to 10th, and then Coy Valise, 20th to 11th.
Absolutely. Mike Augustine, you said, hanging on to the 5th place spot, wheeling that thing around. He's watching that battle in the front side there for second, third, and fourth, as it's Rumsey, Yeager, Wilson still going at it. 3 wide out of the turn. Evan C's loving what he's seeing right now. But the problem is he's not been able to get away from those 3 back there that's battling.
Battles are on. And for some reason, everything else is turning off. I don't know what I pushed, but I hear you, so that's a good thing here.
Got exciting, man. So excited, man. It knocked his whole computer out over there as Yeager's firing on all 8 down low. Wilson's hanging on in the middle. Rumsey's up top. 3 wide. Trey Mills back in behind him. He's off the pace, but he's got Augustine down low. He's got Salter on his back end. Buchanan still holds on to that hard charging award back there in the 10th place spot, but we got 3 wide battle for second, third, fourth. We got a 3 wide battle, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
No, I almost knocked my laptop over. That was the issue there. My computer was fine. My laptop almost fell over as I'm using my hands very sporadically talking about this race, because this race is so good. Flatten there. Matthew Selby, Jason Salter. There's a battle between them. Dylan Wilson still battling out with Dylan Yeager. Logan Rumsey closing in on Evan C there. There is battles wherever you look on this racetrack. Trey Mills in a hornet's nest here because he's with Jason Salter and Mike Augustine. So Trey Mills right now, he's looking for that 5th spot back from Augustine. Here comes Salter, and they're letting time for Flatten, Selby, and Buchanan to close in.
Yeah, you're just going to go from a 3-car battle to about a 5-6-car battle. You see Trey Mills firing on all 8 to the outside of Mike Augustine, who is down low. Meanwhile, front of them, those 3 guys still at each other's throats as they are 1, 2, 3, nose to tail. Evan C out front. So it's Rumsey, Yeager, Wilson stacking to 4th. Trey Mills trying to hang on as he battles door to door there with Mike Augustine.
Mike Augustine there in that 5th spot. Trey Mills up top. So that battle continues on here for that spot. But Trey Mills, he has been impressive throughout this season. He is looking to continue this run here. He's on the top side here. A top 5 for Trey Mills here would continue his hope here. But white flag is out here for the 33 machine of Evan C. Logan Rumsey not going to have a chance here. He's going to go top side. Will Rumsey, he'll try and make a move. But Evan C wins again here in the Super Late Models for Miller Family Trucking Super Late Models on this Sunday. But this time at Lucas Oil Speedway. Logan Rumsey in second. Dylan Yeager going to hold on to that 3rd spot over Dylan Wilson. Trey Mills comes home in the 5th spot as he gets by Mike Augustine. Augustine in 6th, Jason Salter in 7th, Flatten, Selby, and Robbie Buchanan, your top 10. Talk about a great run for Robbie Buchanan. Pretty sure that's a hard charger for Robbie Buchanan. Chase Barbera comes home in the 11th spot. Tough break for him. 20th to 12th for Coy Valise. He's another one that could have been a hard charger as well. James Bradswell Jr. 8 to 13. Jordan Casey in 14th. Richard Murtaugh Jr. rounds out your top 15. Then it is going to be Cody Nevin in 16th. 17th, it's going to be Jason Moore, Cole Ashcroft, Josh Fuller, and coming home in 20th, it is Jarrett Jones. Bob Klein comes home in 21st. 22nd is going to be Brent Evans, and then tough break for Brandon Freeberg and Dylan Hauser did not make the call tonight, had some mechanical issues with them. So a tough break for those two drivers.
Yeah, but what an outstanding race and what a bounce back for Evan C. to get this thing done here tonight. But let's bring up this guy. You said you wanted to talk to him if he gets it. Well, let's bring up Robbie Buchanan, hard charger here tonight. Let's get a word with him.
So coming home with a hard charger tonight. Finally get to talk to this guy. It's been a long season, and I don't know, am I coming through? Is it working?
Hello?
I hear you.
Nope, there we go. Robbie Buchanan comes home with hard charger. I've been waiting to talk to you all season, and you finally get something that I can interview you. Only took you, 8 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah, I try to get consistent top 10s, but we've been having some bad luck, especially today in qualifying. I thought I was going to qualify better, and I made an adjustment last second that I should have actually, practiced on, and I didn't, so I couldn't, turn going into one both laps, so I sucked. Heat race had unfortunate contact, so we got put in the back of a B main. We made it up, and what can I say? I guess, 11 spots. That's really good for what I could get.
And we're building momentum. That's always the key thing. We always talk about momentum. You're building some momentum here in the late going of the season that, can help throughout going into other leagues, going into other stuff here. Me and Joe said we'll probably see you on a Thursday night talking to you probably because we saw you during fixed setups. You're running pretty well. So we might see you on a Thursday night, but we know you got a lot of sponsors, a lot of supporters helping you out. So take some time and thank them all for their support tonight.
Oh, yeah. Just Majula C-Speed Shop is the main one. I wouldn't be, getting interviews right now if it wasn't without them. Tag 3 Defense, Sweet Victory Apparel, Team CFM, Eye Paints for the sweet-looking wrap, Spartan Transportation. I know I got some more on here. I can't really remember them. Let's see. We got C High Performance, Victory Lane Racing, Race XR. Just everybody that, helps us out. And I just want to thank Evan C. and all the guys tonight helping with the setup and just getting me here. And I want to thank you guys, obviously.
Well, he does it. Joe, we need to get this man a little bit more practice with the sponsors, but that is your hard charger tonight of Robbie Buchanan.
Hey, but still, man, an awesome finish for him here tonight, coming through the field. I'm gonna bring up the second place man here tonight, Logan Runs, to get a word. Logan, Joy, the booth, got a copy?
Yeah.
Tough sledding out there trying to get it going, but man, take us through some of those battles there to hold on to second place.
Yeah, the track was just kind of stayed the same the whole race, and that slider line me and Evan were running was just kind of dominant there. I think I was a little bit better than Evan running the slider line, but you can't really do anything when you're trying to follow him. So kind of the whole race, I was just trying to find another line that I could run to pass him, but it's never really worked. So we just had to settle with second place.
Hey, it's still a good finish, good run tonight here. Definitely looked like a good hard charger. You got anybody you want to thank though?
Yeah, to Steve for put up the league. You guys are broadcasting it, and Tyler Reed for spotting me. It was pretty good help.
There you go, second place man, digging hard, getting up there. I'm gonna bring the winner up here, let you get a word with him, Alex. This man went from worst to best here tonight.
Coming home with the win, Evan C. We're not even going to talk about the pro late models. A tough sledding for you there, especially running for a championship. But you regroup, you refocus, and you get another win in the super late models, inching yourself even closer to another series title.
It's all about qualifying, and unfortunately we tapped the wall in the pros on our second lap at the line, so didn't get no laps there. But came out in supers and did the job in qualifying and the heat race, and after that it was just all about not making any mistakes in the lead. It's a pretty easy track to make mistakes on, especially you got people behind you, all fast guys. It's easy to want to try and push and get a little bit more, but you can go over the edge on this track pretty fast and lose a lot of time. So especially when it's that slick and that far up. But we're just trying to stay smooth and not do that, and stay on top of the lines. If it moved to the bottom, it was going to be be ready to move down, and it seemed like top was place to be, at least for those 50 laps.
So now 2 more weeks to go yet. Lincoln and I-55 here. 2 tracks. Are you very familiar with them? Do you vaguely have some practice with them? And are you looking forward to those 2 tracks?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have a lot of laps around I-55. Not a whole lot of around Lincoln. I don't even think I did a league race there yet, but I think those 2 tracks suit us pretty good. I mean, ran good in Pro Series at I-55. Battle for the win there with teammates. So, looking forward to that. And then the weekend, we'll just have to see. It's gonna be different. Like I said, not a whole lot of leagues have ran there yet, and or at least I haven't in the league. So, it should be fun.
Well, we know you got a lot of sponsors on that 33, a lot of great supporters, a lot of great customers. CFM eSports. So take some time and thank some of those great sponsors for making it possible.
Just got to thank all the guys at CFM eSports, Majula Speed Shop. Had 6 out of the top 10 in Supers tonight, so congrats to all of our guys that ran good. And just got to thank Sweet Victory, Tech 3 Defense, Captain Morgan, VLR, and just thank our guys for broadcasting for us, and Steve, everybody else put on the race for us.
Well, that is your winner, I want to say, for the 5th time this season, the 33 of Evan C.
Like you said, Evan C, man, doing what he needs to do. Dylan Yeager here, though, bringing it home strong tonight. Dylan, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, you was able to hang on to that 3rd place, but it was a dig up there, battling it out with those guys. Take us through to at least try to hang on to 3rd place here tonight.
Yeah, that was just really intense. I was trying not to slide off the bottom and get turned by Wilson, because I knew that he was like right on my right rear the whole time. So I knew if I slid up like half a groove up, I was probably gonna get turned. So I was just trying to hit the bottom and not slide up and get myself killed. So that was really intense, but just happy that finally got a good run in this series. This season for me has been piss poor, and I was kind of starting to lose hope that I could still run up front in a late model. So felt good running up front, and hopefully I can continue on the good runs.
Definitely a good run tonight on a tough track, and you talked about it. Do you think maybe if you had maybe a lot more green flag runs, that low line might have came in?
No, it was pretty shot there at the end. I was really the only guy that was down there all the way down on the tires, so I was kind of the one that was destroying it the whole race, and there was, I don't know, maybe enough room to get your left front down there and the tacky, and it was really barely fast enough to keep up there at the end, and it was just getting slower. So I think if there was another 10 or 15 laps, Wilson probably would have gotten around me, and I would have had to switch lanes. So kind of glad that it was just a 50 lapper, not like a 60 or 75 lapper.
Like we always say, the Dylan and Dylan show, and you bested him tonight, but definitely held on to the 3rd place. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just like to thank everybody at Team CFM and Majula Speed Shop for everything they do for me. Torzala Frenchies, CFM by JDM, NLRA, you for the broadcast, and everybody at Wotel for putting the series on.
3rd place man tonight, Dylan Yeager, man, firing on all, bringing it home here. Well, Alex, what a run it was here tonight. These guys, man, put on a show.
Yeah, it's been a great one, and if you like it, we'll be back Sunday night, but we got a lot of broadcasting going on throughout this week. Bluegrass iRacing Series is back this coming week, as they will be back actually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with trucks. They will also have Xfinity and Cup Series on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Joe has a lot of announcing. I will be back with Joe come Thursday night for some great racing action at 9 o'clock. The Robinson Racing Promotions. First night at Volusia. I got to send Joe the schedule. I didn't even send Joe the whole schedule yet. We're at Volusia Thursday night for our version of the Gator National. So that will be Thursday night. And then coming up also on Sunday, Joe will be back here. Depending on Mother Nature, I might be back here Sunday night for the fabulous Lincoln Speedway in Abbottstown, Pennsylvania, for what will be the second to last race of the 6-year, 20th season celebration of World of Thunder. For everyone behind the scenes, Bill Miller, BJ Duvall, Nick Leonard, Steve McMillan, Brett Wheeler, everyone behind the scenes there at World of Thunder. For Joe White, for myself, Alex Robinson, we say God bless, good night, and we will see you later this week here on the OSR Network and Ultimate Dirt TV.
Out. Good one.